So I'm here with Billy Benton, and I'm just going to ask him a few questions about his time in leadership in the railroad industry. So my first question is, how did you first get started in the railroad industry?
I had a very interesting start getting in the railroad industry. When I graduated from college, I actually had a degree in education.
Oh, okay.
But I realized I didn't want to spend the rest of my whole career teaching.
Yeah.
So I did my student teaching and all, but I've never spent a day in the classroom.
Wow.
And I was just trying to find a job, and Eagletown was pretty close to here. And I actually come in and someone told me that the railroad may be hiring. I went in and interviewed, and as interesting as it was, the supervisor there hired his stepson and wanted to hire his other stepson, but he needed an outsider.
Right.
And I was the outsider.
Okay, yeah.
And he hired me right there on the spot.
That's crazy.
1981, January the 5th of 1981. And I spent 28 and a half years there. Very interesting. That supervisor led me to some books that was the Association of American Railroads that 28 years later I actually went to work for as an inspector.
Okay.
Extremely interesting.
That is very interesting.
Yes.
I was not expecting that. Okay, my second question is, can you describe what your role as a leader looked like day to day?
Day to day, my leadership role with the inspection job, which was with the Association of American Railroads, there were 19 of us. We had one chief inspector and then 3 senior inspectors. When I heard on, I was a mechanical field inspector, but after 3 years, I was promoted to one of the 3 senior inspectors.
Okay.
So day to day, I took care of all the inspections that were assigned to me, which is literally all across the United States.
Right.
But I was assigned those, and then I also was in charge of overseeing the other inspectors that did wheel shops, bearing shops, and axle shops, which was what I was a senior over.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So day to day, I was kind of over, I did my stuff,
Right.
plus I was open for any questions that the other guys that were under me might have, and I didn't always have the answer, but I could always find it and get back to it.
That's awesome. Okay, so what I've heard is you did some traveling
Yes.
throughout your career. So what was that experience like for you?
I traveled very often on my job. Whenever I went to work as the got the inspection job, which was in January the 6th of 2009. We traveled about 42 weeks a year.
Oh, wow.
Other words, I got to stay home. I headed out on a Monday. What did it look like? I headed out somewhere every Monday.
Okay.
But I was home Thursday evening or Friday, except for my international trips. And I did have quite a few international trips.
Wow.
But it was just full bore all the time. Yes.
Wow. So that leads me to my next question. Was there a place or trip that really stood out or taught you something memorable?
There is a trip that really stands out. I had the opportunity, once I become senior inspector and started doing some international trips, because while we were doing international trips, if a component was made overseas but was sold to the United States, we went to that facility and inspected it.
Okay.
So I've been to China 12 times, been to South Korea twice, I've been to Malaysia 5 times, Germany and France once. And I don't remember how many times I've been to Mexico and Canada, just multiple times.
Right.
But one place was Xi'an, China. I did a new bearing manufacturer shop there, and they took me to the Terracotta Army. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Terracotta. You need to look it up. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
The first emperor of China had these terracotta soldiers made back in 200 BC.
Oh, wow.
And they were all underground. They were supposed to protect him from the afterlife.
Right.
These things are phenomenal to see, and I got to see that.
That is really
on
cool.
one of my trips. Of course, I've seen the Great Chalk Wall of China
numerous
times.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. But that was one of the trips that really stood out to me.
That's awesome. Okay. Another question is what qualities do you think are most important for someone leading a team in a demanding field like that?
First is servanthood.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like servanthood is one of the most important things that you need to be able to enter into a field like that, because I was really there to help these shops.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make sure that they were conforming to the rules.
Yeah.
And what did they need to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So it is really a servanthood,
Yeah.
and you have to be a very, very good listener.
Yeah.
I worked with some co-workers. I was training some of the newer guys,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't listen well.
Right.
Before someone could complete asking them, what about this rule here? They're already trying to get ahead of them and answer.
Right.
You have to be a very, very good listener.
Yeah.
And you have to have a servant attitude instead of coming in like, oh yeah, I can straighten this out.
Right.
No one likes that.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Yeah, those are some really good points. All right. Can you share a challenge you faced as a leader and how you overcame it?
Most challenging things that I did was we had quality assurance audits. We have opening meeting. We have a 2-day of audit. We go through their program and we look to see if their program is in compliance. At closeout, you get to tell them everything you found wrong.
Right.
That was the most challenging part.
Yeah.
On the most part, people were very receptive. They really
Right.
wanted to do it right. But some of them wanted to argue
Right.
with you.
Yeah.
That's one of the more difficult deals.
Mm-hmm.
One that particular occasion that really sticks out to me. I was training one of the new guys.
Yeah.
And we went into the largest wheel shop in the United States, which is Burlington Northern Santa Fe in Lincoln, Nebraska. At closeout, this new guy, which was an experienced wheel shop guy, and the supervisor started arguing, and it escalated.
Yeah.
So finally I said, hey guys, hey, let's cool it down,
Right.
let's act civilized.
Yeah.
You state what you think, you state what you think. And we're not gonna do any of this, arguing,
Right.
bickering.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of overcame that particular one. And it was difficult. Keep you cool, just de-escalate everything,
Right.
act civilized, get them back down on level ground.
Gotcha. All right. So how did you motivate your team when things got stressful or uncertain? Which you kind of just covered this, I guess. So.
What I did with the guys that we had, we every month we had conference calls, and we'd have a round table, and the wheel shop guys would, bring up different issues, what they're going through, and all of this, and particularly the new guys. Hey man, how do you schedule out a month? How do you get your flights? How do you book your hotels? I said, hey, just calm down. Just calm down. Take one day at a time.
Yeah.
Just take it easy. It'll all smooth out.
Yeah.
Believe me, and it's never as bad as you're thinking it is. Just convince them. Hey, it's just give them a demeanor that lead by example. Say, hey, I was right where you were 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I was overwhelmed too,
Right.
but we made it. You'll make it. We'll make it.
Yeah.
If you get overwhelmed, give me a call. I'll try to calm you down. That's how I did it. That's how I did it.
Awesome. All right. I have just a few more questions. The next one is, how did your work shape you as a person outside of your career?
The work as the inspection made me far more disciplined because I was required to send every inspection got a report.
Right.
So we did 3 inspections a week. Monday was travel day. No matter what, we traveled on Monday.
Yeah.
Tuesday we went in unannounced to an inspection. Friday was office day I had an office set up at my house. So I had to turn in all the reports and look at my calendar and go 3 or 4, sometimes 5 weeks out and say, what shops are needing done, what shops are way behind, where can I group these where I can utilize the best of my travel time and get all of these shops up here. It made me far more disciplined.
Yeah.
So, and even in my personal life, you know, I think,
I'm
hey,
sure.
you know, I got a plan here now, you know, so.
Right.
Do one thing at a time, and I'm very project oriented. So I want to get this done before I get to this, before I get to this, before I get to this.
Yeah.
So that made me far more suitable in my life too. I don't like 7 or 8 things thrown at me one time.
Yeah.
Give me one,
That's
let me fix it,
understandable.
and then let me do this one, then let me do this one.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
that helped me in my own personal life. You know,
For sure.
that particular one.
Yeah. All right. What advice would you give to young people who want to be good leaders?
When I read that question, this come to my mind. I found one of the old inspectors that I was getting his territory.
Yeah.
And he had been retired for 7 or 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew of him, but I didn't know him.
Right.
But I looked him up. And he lived in Oklahoma City. And I happened to be inspecting in Oklahoma City, so I called him up. B.J. Lackey was the old inspector's name. He was, I'll be 70 my next birthday. He was already like 75.
Oh, wow.
That was 15 years ago. I'm sure he's
Right.
passed on now. But he invited me to his house.
Mm-hmm.
So I got there and I said, B.J., I've got your old territory.
Mm-hmm.
What would you tell a young inspector
Yeah.
coming in and starting out doing inspections?
Yeah.
He thought for a minute. He said, be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to be Mr. Big. Don't go in like the federal guys. We have 2 sides of the railroad inspections. We have the Federal Railroad Administration, FRA, and then we have the Association of American Railroads. He said, the FRA guys, they come in like they're somebody big. He said, don't do that. He said, just come in and show them the shop that you're going into, that you're just one of them.
Yeah.
Just be a plain old, just be yourself.
Right.
That's real good advice. So I thought about that when I saw this question.
Yeah.
That's the advice I would have too.
Mm-hmm.
Just be yourself. Don't try to be Mr. Big.
Right.
Just be yourself.
Yeah. That's good.
Don't try to, don't try to influence people, make them feel like you're, know more than you know or anything like that.
Right. Yeah. That's really good advice. My last question is, looking back, what's one moment from your career that you'll never forget?
One moment in my career I will never forget was I started making a lot of trips to China. And I decided after 4 or 5 trips, I thought, since I'm over that way anyway, I'm going to go from Beijing, when I get through my inspection there in Beijing, I'm going to go ahead and go from there to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Yeah.
So I scheduled all my flights that way.
Oh.
So I'd already been in China for 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
So we got on the plane in Beijing to go to Kuala Lumpur, and no one spoke English, of course.
Right. Yeah.
And we diverted. I didn't know where we were diverting to.
No. Yeah.
We didn't land in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
That's not good.
And we landed, and I didn't know where we were in China, somewhere, small place.
Yeah.
I didn't know where I was. Phone didn't work. Couldn't text.
Yeah.
They put us up for the night. I had no idea when my next flight was. No one spoke any English.
Yeah.
I thought, how did I get here?
Right. Yeah.
What would I do if something happened? No one knows where I am.
Yeah. That's insane.
I was a little uncomfortable. That's one I'll always forget. And the hotel was, you got a 5-star. Well, this one was probably a negative number. Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah.
They gave us some food. Of course, it's all Asian food, which if you like Asian food, that's okay.
Right.
I had no idea when we were going to be leaving the next morning, so didn't sleep much that night. And the bed, I kid you not, was as hard as that
Oh
floor.
my goodness.
Yes, it was as hard as that floor.
Wow.
So the next morning, of course, jet lag, here I am, can't hardly stay awake and all that.
Yeah.
You're literally 12 hours out of sync from Arkansas time,
Yeah.
Next morning I got up and I was downstairs early
I'm sure.
because I didn't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
Again, I had no idea.
Right.
I would go around to people in the area there.
Mhm.
English.
Yeah.
No one spoke English.
Wow.
So everyone else started getting on a bus,
Mhm.
and I'm thinking, I don't know if these are the people I come in here with, but I'm guessing so. So I got on the bus with everyone else, and the next day we finally made it on into Kuala
Okay.
Malaysia.
That's a crazy story.
I'll never forget that.
I'm
though,
sure
being
you
right
won't.
there.
Yeah. Hey, not many people can say they've experienced anything like that. Well, thank you so much for doing this
You're
with me.
very welcome.
It was very insightful.